Hi, my name is Steve from TDSFab and welcome to this tutorial where I'm going to show you how to model and start a phaser using reference pictures and the box modeling technique in 3ds Max. So before I start to do anything else, I will change the realistic mode in the view to shade. So if you are using Nitro's drivers instead of direct 3D, change it to here. It will just eat your memory and it's useful for us by the modeling process. And also I will go to customize and unit setup and change this to metric. I will model in centimeters just to make sure I'm modeling in the real world units, so we can imagine that later when we apply metal weight and the materials there, the counting of the photons and everything will be right. So it's better to use some scale in the real world matter, so we will have no problem with lighting later. Even that we are going to model just one object and not do any big exterior or interior scene, it matter in fact. So I thought I will be using reference pictures, so I will create here a plane where I will place my reference picture. I will just hit 1:1 to segments because I don't need more. Here I will press F3 and F4 to go to shade it and wire, so I will see the edges and everything. So first of all, I need my front picture. I will press M to go to the editor. I will choose some empty slot, change it to standard. We don't need the Archen design material so far. It's enough to use the standard for the bitmap, and I will click here to my front image. So I found some nice reference pictures, but they are in very low resolution. I artificially enlarged them, but still it's very hard to see any details there, and because this I also don't want these reference images, which I will place into the scene a bit later. But first of all, I will place this front image, then the bottom left and top, and I will keep an eye on the ratio here, which is important. So 308 to 480. I will place it here, turn this on, and I think we can change this to centimeters at all. So it's reverse 48, 30.8. So it's probably a bit big. I will change this a bit later. We'll just check if I'm right with that. Okay, I'm right. Now let's go to the top view. I will copy this plane just by holding shift, place it here, hit copy, rotate, turn this on, and rotate by 90 degrees. F3, F4, let's go back to shade. Again, choose some empty material or just drag this one here. I will name that to 3, default 3, change the texture and apply. So like this, I will do all my reference pictures still looking here. So 1, 2, okay. So this here. We can also rotate this here where we need to rotate that. So we have now two views, two more to go. So now I can rotate this one here again by holding shift to make a copy of that. Okay, change it to shade. F4 to see the edges. Now again, copy and name that, because if you will not do that, Max will ask you how to apply this, if to replace the old one or not. So bottom left one. So this should be more or less fine. Just this one is bad. Now it should be good. So I will enlarge this view. It's enough for me so far. And we can look how we are looking so far. So far so good. Now if we go to the top view, we will see the top view, left view, front view. Now we have a bottom view also, so I'll copy this here, make a copy of that. We'll go back to material editor. Now think this one was top view. Let's copy again. This will be the fifth material because I have here one extra, and this will be the bottom. Even that we don't need this absolutely. Of course, we can do it just with these views very easily. It's not so hard. It's very easy model for us. I hope so. So it will be not a problem. Now I have here already the texture of the phaser, this one. So again, I will just look how big is this. Now probably in the front view I will create, or in the perspective view, doesn't matter much. Let's say here, so in the left view. I will copy or create a new plane. So I'll choose to copy, move it somewhere here. Turn this on, place this one here. Here it doesn't matter how it will be big or not in the proportion here, just to be sure that we will not screw anything. It can go more or less in the ratio of that. Can do it also twice so big to see it better. So all the details like these bottoms here, and also some tiny details here on the tip, and anyway anything which could mean that we will not model according to the reference picture. Now I have here this phaser. I have one more of this one. This could be the 7, doesn't matter. And this one is a slightly different one. Now let's see, 400. Okay, this will be fine. Okay, 500, 400. So we can make it bigger. So here we can see that the reference pictures which we have are according to this one. This one is a bit more advanced, I will say, like I don't know, maybe Star Trek Next Generation or something. And this one is I don't know. This one is older for sure. Like you can see the square bottoms here around and everything. So I'll be modeling according to this one. Maybe later I will change my mind and place some details from this one to this one. So we'll be not modeling absolutely according to the reference picture, which we have here. We'll make also something ours there, like some details, because we don't want to do one-to-one copy. I was telling that better to do something yours than copy someone else. Okay, so I told it would be nice to model according to the metric units, but the width of this is 1 meter. I don't think the phaser should be so big. We can keep this like it is, but we should scale this down later, like, I don't know, maybe 30 centimeters to the length, maybe 20, just 20, like five times less, like is this. But this we can do at the end. Now it will be fine to start just by modeling this. So let's go to the left view. We'll start from this view. I will select all my reference pictures. Let's go to Object Properties, Freeze, uncheck this. So we cannot select them anymore. Yes, we can. I forgot one to select. So again, Object Properties, Show, Frozen in Gray, and Freeze. Okay, so great to have the reference pictures here. Now let's choose a box. I told that we'll be modeling with box modeling. I will not use the poly modeling technique. The difference between this I told many times, just to repeat or to tell one more time. With box modeling you always starting with a primitive, like here we have a box. With poly modeling always with just a plane or with just one poly. But here I will use a slightly different technique, and I will say it's some kind of hybrid between the poly, also some kind of hard surface modeling technique, and so on. So I created here a box. It doesn't matter how big it is so far. I will convert this to poly. I will turn this off and rotate this a bit, like this maybe. Place it somewhere here. Now I will hit Alt X to see through, and now I will place one vert here, one here, and second one here. So this will be my base mesh or something. Like from this one, I will start to model the rest. So this looks like by an angle a bit. So I will come here. Now from the top view, I'm here and there. Now I don't see the rest, so that means that I don't have my views absolutely right. So I will unfreeze all, select my top view and drag it down. I will not use the bottom view so far, but we could use that. If we will apply, I think, convert this to poly. Strange. Actually, I shouldn't see one side of that, but I see both. Doesn't matter. I will place this down so far. We don't need the bottom view so far. But then check why it's acting so strange. But back here, I will not freeze even the reference pictures. I will use how it is. Now, where we are, let's go here. So I'll drag this here to the opposite corner. Also, I'll check these ones and drag here. So the base mesh, very simple. Now we need to place there more and more edges. So I will select these edges here, connect them. I will not connect once, but 4 times. Now I will move them. I will move them to copy the shape, the phaser. I will try to preserve some kind of polyflow of the mesh itself and stuff like that. So I'm keeping attention to the details as much as I can, and don't keep much attention to the polys, like how much I have it there, because how I said before, I will use some kind of technique which combines the box modeling with hard surface modeling. So I will just place this and that somehow like this. Now let's go to the top view just to check if everything is fine. Now the beauty of this old stuff is that both views are more or less the same, but later we'll again make some adjustments to them. Now here probably it would be nice to have at least one more. Now we'll see if the one is enough. So one more edge, place the top here, the bottom here, and it looks like it would be nice to have one more. Or I will just place this one a bit back, like this. Now we'll go to perspective view, select this one. Now I can go to the left view, Z to zoom one more time, and now I will use the extrude function to make 1 second, 2 more edges. Now the edges will be used to create the top or the bottom. Depends how you look on that, just to make this round stuff here. So very easy. Now from the top view, as you can see, we already have here one detail which we missed. Is this here. Now, to make it a bit easier, right now, I will select all edges in this axis. Having them, I should bring everything here and there. Now I will connect once, so this will make one more edge here, and also I will connect everything in this axis, so connect. So we are like this. Now let's go to the top view, and I will delete the half of the phaser because it's enough to model the rest with just this half. And on this half I will adjust these words to the shape. So what I will do, I will select them like this. Now I will go to perspective, and actually I need to select just these ones, these three ones here, nothing else. So just push them away. Now I selected a bit more than I wanted, so let's go one step back. Okay, I see just 3 selected. That's a bit strange. Okay, I will go one by one. Should be enough. So it's this one. I can also model from this view. Okay, perspective. And maybe just a bit this one. Maybe this a bit back. And we'll see this one will be enough for that. If not, we'll have to place there more edges in this axis. Okay, let's go here. Small is fine. And now, what else I can do here to make it look a bit more interesting is that in the left view, okay, I will start from this and select all these words to the top. I will stop here and I will just make this kind of angle here. So I'll just place them or push them inside. Not much. Just a bit. You can hit all the X to see how much we push them. I think this is fine. Okay, this is fine too. Okay, so we are here, but looking a bit ugly. If you asking myself or me, so let's go to the top view or left view. Doesn't matter here much. Let's see, should be better. Okay, let's start here. So we'll hit extrude, and we'll extrude this shape until here. Alt X one more time, and now again we'll place the words and everything according to the reference picture. So here we'll just drag these ones here. You can make a bit difference between them, so this a bit more, this somewhere here. Now again from the left view, we'll check this. We'll extrude that a bit less and 2 times. Oops, my bad. Okay. Okay, let's go this one here, and we'll end this here. Okay, to have something like this, not hard to model, of course. It's very easy. Now, again, we need to move the words again according to the reference picture, trying to copy that as much as we can. Doesn't mean that we have to keep this absolutely. We should, of course. I'm not telling that we shouldn't. Okay, we can also help ourselves in this view to see if everything is how it should be. Probably yes. Hard to tell. Okay, as you can see, so far very easy, nothing hard. Now we can do here one connection, and also if you want here probably it's not so urgent like there before. It's because the shape here is a bit different than the rest. But it's nice to have some cases a bit more polys with which you can operate. If this will be anyway too much for us, in some cases it could happen that we just placed here let's say one edge extra. We can delete that a bit later. So far it's not our case. So far it looks it should be enough. Okay, now it's a bit important, the polyflow, which we have here. Now we placed here, let's say more polys than I first wanted, and now it's very important that the flow of this will be in some kind of shape. If it will not be, we'll have very strange shape at the end. So keep attention to that. Try to play with this a bit like this, it should be fine. Also this one should have some shape, so let's say this will be straight, or more or less straight. Now Alt X, perspective. We can look at that a bit and just think it's okay, it's not, and so on. I would delete this side polys. Okay. Now let's go to symmetric, copy, okay. We'll have to move this. We should move that, and there shouldn't be any gap, at least any visible. Like let's say here is a big one. Okay. Now here at the end, it's a bit too much, and it's strange because I wasn't moving with this poly here. So what I will do, I will just adjust this pivot to the center and create again a copy. It should fit now a bit better than it looks. No, it doesn't look that it will. And it's very strange, but it looks like I was moving with the back. I don't remember that, but let's say I was. Anyway, let's make a compromise. Like that. Big gap, a bit more. Okay, this should be fine. Go top view, attach second half. Now select everything here in the line, weld, perspective, and let's look how much welding we need here. This was a bit too much. This is too much for the back. So we'll make this according to the back. Should be pearly. This value. Now I will deselect this top and weld this a bit more. It's too much. This is fine. So we should have weld everything, and we have here model. We'll just place it here for a second to see. That looks fine. Let's go back. Of the phaser. Now I was telling that I want to merge two techniques together, and what I meant with that is this. Let's go here. Let's apply Turbo Smooth on this. We'll go with 2. You'll have a better idea how it will look at the end. And here we are. Now, of course, this is just a rough idea how this will be looking at the end. There will have to be some modification to some stuff. But as you can see, we were able to create the model in few hits. I wasn't even making much effort there, and just from this empty rock you can create this one here. Now a lot of stuff is there, too much smooth, but of course this will change in a while. Now let's go finish the tip here, or this front image. And now we don't need all this. It should be enough to just cap this hole with the border and to continue with this. Now how this should looking. Okay, so here should be some inside the shape. Let's go with a value like this. Now this should be, if we go to the left view, some extrude very roughly. We'll go here. Now we'll move the words to the positions where there should be. I guess it should be like this. Now we can go to top view, of course, and we'll need to manage or to edit this too. Okay. If at the end one side will be better looking as the other, I will just make a hard copy of that one more time. Why to waste your time with adjusting? If you can, just copy that. Very simple, huh? Now let's go to the perspective view. We're somewhere here with our shape. It looks symmetric. And now there is one more inside. Probably a bigger one here. and from the left view we'll have to do one more extrude. It doesn't matter actually how and where. We'll just make something like this. Here the shape should go straight at the end, so I'll make it straight here at this point. And just do the tip like this. Now again from the top view we'll have to move everything here. A bit here, a bit there, and from perspective we'll see what to do a bit more. As you can see, the line which is going in the middle is not absolutely in the middle so far, or right now. So what I will do is that I will loop that, delete this, and all here. So I will have a non-symmetric part. I deleted one too much, so one more time. Which is absolutely fine because a bit better. We just need that for the symmetric part. And now I'll place this one a bit here. Go probably from the front view to this. And we can do some adjustments to the shape in this view. And we'll see how this will be looking at the end. I'm looking forward to see that. So far, still with this one. Oops, can do here a small inset. It was a bit too much, like this. Still less. Yep, and we'll extrude it back. Okay. Now, for our model, as you can see, created a part, the phaser. Now it looks somehow, if we apply here the true adjustment modifier, it looks absolutely different. Now I will say that we are jumping from the old design to the new with just one modifier here. Actually, I just wanted to see how the front tip is looking. If there is something wrong with that or not. It looks actually that there should be something wrong. Yeah, of course, the mesh is too smooth right now. Don't look so how it should be looking. This will do in the next part, not in this one. Here I would like just to adjust something from the shape or from the shapes to make it looking how I want. So F4. You will not believe me, but I will again make here the cut, which we did before. This is because I want to have it symmetric, absolutely symmetric. So I'll do here one connect. Now this is more than strange. Everything is fine, more or less. So what to do with this is that I will scale that. I will scale this a few times like this. This edge will be absolutely straight. I will move this shape somewhere. Let's go to the top view one more time. hit the edge and I'll place it in the middle of the shape. Or try at least. So it should be somewhere here. So also this one should be, according to this, it should be a bit wider. Oops, oops, oops. Turn this off. So yeah, it should be fine at the end. So I have this one here, delete the rest. And also this, of course. So now, if we have just a half of that, we can do here the adjustments, which I was telling before. Now, the adjustments should be just small. They shouldn't be big. It depends what you want to do. I was thinking a bit to changing here some stuff, like try to rotate. Like I will push few of the words here to make the shape a bit more interesting here at the bottom. Sorry for that. Now maybe this one a bit here. This should be fine. So it's about to make it really interesting for the viewer or for someone which will look at this tutorial. So this is what I'm trying to do. So from one side I'm trying to do it a bit inside. From the other side I'm keeping it a bit rough and more square. Now this should be more or less fine. Even that we still could move this a bit here. Also this part. It wasn't the last thing which I did. Or not? Oh yes. A bit up. Oops. So really very small adjustments. Nothing big. Should change the shape absolutely. More or less everything there is square. To make the job here much easier. But as I said before, we still can bring them some more. Or something more. Which will be looking a bit unique. And make the shape again more interesting. So I'm trying just to push and pull some stuff. Nothing else. It's enough for me. It's absolutely enough for me because I'm just afraid I will do some adjustments and then I'll say I don't like that and just reverse them. So I really don't want to do that. So, and because that I'm trying to do all the stuff very carefully and just small bits of that. Okay, now looking a bit more or better for me. Now here to the top, or do some adjustments if you want. I will not. Okay, now let's place back the second part. Now it should be symmetric, so it should be 1 to 1. And it's not. Doesn't matter much the gap between that should be the same. And yeah, it looks like it is. So let's go to the top view. We'll attach the second half one more time. Select everything here. I guess we can apply weld, which will be much smaller than we had before, like this. Now I will delete this. Anyway, we can do this anytime, and also the words here will just make rotation here if everything is weld how it should be, as it is. And let's apply a turbo smooth on that, just for a while. Yeah, I think the adjustments which I did wasn't so bad. So first I thought they will be. I'm just looking if everything is smooth, if everything is fine. Maybe here at the back I should focus a bit later, a bit more. But the rest is looking fine, which is the most important. Now, a bit later, I will apply the turbo smooth by the iteration 1, but not yet. I will need to do a bit more on the shape, and also to place there some other details to start to place these ones. So I will turn this off, and I think I will continue in the next part. So far, thanks for watching. So far looking very strange, I admit. It's nothing extra, but you will see a bit later it will be looking much different. So again, thanks for watching, and so far, bye bye.